This is me in the back of a truck being sent to a jail in Thailand, not knowing if I'm gonna have to serve for years as a teenager. Here's how it all went down. I have two friends who decided it'd be a good idea to live in Thailand for a bit since the girls were hot and it was a nice place to work in. And after 2 months of being there, they were begging me for one simple thing.
Krishna, you have to come here. All the hot girls are here.
Please, Daddy Krishna, come to Thailand already.
So I made the trip and flew to Thailand. But little did I know this would be one of the biggest mistakes of my life. At first, Thailand seemed nice. The weather, the girls, and the villa was really pretty. But 2 days in, and we hear banging and knocking at the door. They were yelling in Thai, so I couldn't understand anything. But within minutes, we were all in handcuffs and everything in our villa was seized. We were sent to a Thailand jail for almost a whole day. The reason why this happened is really unfortunate for me though. So my friends had actually overstayed their visa, and because I was in the wrong place at the wrong time, chilling with them, I got caught into the drama. And what was worse, my bail, 275,000 Thai baht, which was like 8,000 US dollars.
I got the cops called on me during the Minecraft movie, and it's not because I blew fireworks or because I pulled a fire alarm. It's way worse this time. So if you don't already know, whenever they play the Minecraft movie, there's 50 lunatics that start screaming when they say flint and steel and chicken jockey in the movie. So to stop everyone from straight up destroying the place, I took my own projector into the theater and started blasting it and playing different movies and random videos on YouTube. And obviously, people start getting so pissed. They start walking out the theater, talking to security, and a few minutes later, the cops walk into the movie theater. They start going up to random people and questioning everyone until they finally come up to me and I tell them this.
I no speak the English. No speak.
And they straight up left me alone. I get away with more here. I'm gonna make this highway sign say sub to Krishna Sahai. See, I saw a video of someone hacking a highway sign and making it say whatever they wanted to, so I thought it'd be free promotion for my channel. I started messing with some of the buttons, and at first I made it say welcome to Mexico, and that was a huge mistake because everyone started freaking out and crashing, and it caused a huge pileup on the highway. But as soon as that happened, I switched it to say sub to Krishna Sahai since everyone was stopped and could read it. And I gained over 30,000 subscribers in one day, but that's when I woke up. Watch more here. I'm gonna cheat at the casino by using x-ray glasses that can see through the card. And then we're gonna see how much money I can actually win. And I know this looks like a lot of cash, but it's really just some hundreds stacked with one. I immediately got to the tables and just started playing some blackjack. But because I could see exactly what card was coming next, it was a lot easier. Honestly, the money went up really quickly. We are officially up 5 grand. And so what are you thinking?
Dude, I think we should just quit while we're ahead now.
Bro, they always say to quit when you're ahead. But how are you gonna get ahead if you always quit? Thanks to not quitting while I was ahead, I won even bigger. It wasn't all super easy though, because the pit boss was staring at us, the dealer thought we were crazy, but we still won it big, up $20,000 by the end of the night. But that's when the casino security stopped us. And instead of trying to kick us out, they actually told us not to leave. And in fact, they gave me a really nice suite, a private driver, and a ton of free food for the next couple days to keep playing. But just when we thought everything was perfect, everything got about 100 times crazy. Subscribe for part 2. I found a way to fly anywhere for completely free. First, you want to go to the airport and walk up to any gate where people are boarding. And since they're about to hop on the flight, all of them are going to have their boarding passes ready on their phone. So all you got to do is sneak a photo of someone's boarding pass, cut them in line, and then scan in and get into the plane. And now once you're on, all you got to do is find an empty seat, sit there, and just like that, I made it to North Korea for completely free. I found a way to get a Nintendo Switch for completely free. First, you want to go into any store that has them and ask them to bring it out and then pay for it. Just trust me on this, it's going to be free in a second. Next, you want to go take it back, take out the Nintendo Switch and its controllers and keep this with you. That's all yours. And then what you want to do is buy a pack of batteries and just stuff the batteries in there and put it back in the box. Now you want to go back in the store and return it. This is going to work because when they scan it, it's going to give off this electrical wave from the batteries, which makes them know that you actually never took the Nintendo Switch out, and they'll give you a full refund. I test crazier things here. I found a way to get a Nintendo Switch for completely free. First, you want to stand outside of any major store and wait for someone to walk out with a Switch. Yo, is that a Switch?
Yeah, it is.
You have a receipt?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just throw it out for you, bro. Next, you want to go into the store and ask for one of them. And since you already have the receipt, all you got to do is take it and walk out. But if they somehow do decide to check, they'll think you already bought it. And just like that, free Nintendo. I found a way way to get a Nintendo Switch for completely free, and it's actually genius. First, you want to go into Target and grab a trash can. I know it doesn't make much sense, but just trust me. Next, you want to go to the back and ask if they have any Nintendo Switches. And when they give it to you, instead of going to the front and paying for it, put it in the trash can. Then all you got to do is go to the checkout section and let them scan the trash can and just pay for it. And just like that, you walked out, but you also have a Nintendo Switch. I test crazier hacks here. I'm gonna crash the Minecraft movie by pulling the fire alarm.
You can create.
Within minutes, everyone left the movie theater and it was completely empty. And law enforcement started surrounding the theater trying to look for me, but honestly, they probably thought it was another random person that does crazy stuff at the Minecraft movie anyway. So I hide in the bathroom and a few minutes go by and a guy comes in who's clearly wearing a fireman outfit and he starts banging on the doors and I'm like, what? I was keeping my feet up so he wouldn't think I was there. The bro starts tippy-toeing and looking at. At this point, I was embarrassed, so I made a last-ditch effort and ran out. And as soon as I ran outside, I was done for. It gets way worse right here. I'm gonna crash VidCon by pulling the fire alarm. Ready, set, go. No, Krishna. Pretty much instantly, the alarm started going off and everyone was leaving the building. And you could even see people running for their lives. And I was really happy because my plan was going perfectly until a few minutes later when they put out an announcement saying it was a fake alarm.
There's been a false alarm. Normal.
And sent out security guards looking for me. Of course, I don't want to get in trouble, but all the fans kept on swarming me and asking for photos while I was trying to leave, and eventually security stopped me and banned me from ever coming back. Watch me do something dumber here. I found a way to legally rob the Apple store. First, you want to go into the Apple store and buy a new iPhone. I know most of y'all are broke, but just trust me, do it anyway, and make sure you get Apple Care with it. This is super important. I'll explain why later. Next, you want to take your new iPhone and put it in the microwave for 5 to 10 seconds. This will make it spark a little bit and even burn inside. Now, if you turn it on, you'll notice it's probably not working properly at all. So you want to go the next day and take it back to the Apple store and ask for a replacement. They'll probably tell you no, but make sure you tell them you have Apple Care and they'll take it and give you a brand new phone, as well as you get to keep your old one and sell it for money. For legal reasons, don't actually do this, but definitely watch this. I cheated and won Mr. Beast's Lamborghini from the Feastables 7-Eleven giveaway. And here's how I did it. Every single Feastables bar was one entry into the giveaway. And I needed as many entries as I could get. So I had to get creative. To get an entry, you either had to buy from the website or submit a receipt of purchase of a Feastables bar. I was gonna generate tens of thousands of different receipts with different serial numbers using AI, ChatGPT, and Photoshop, and submit all of them into the giveaway and increase my chances by 100x. All of the entries were linked to the same name, Krishna Sahai, and sure enough, 2 weeks later, this is the email I just got. We are absolutely thrilled to inform that you are the... Bro!
Krishna, holy shit, this is insane.
After exchanging some details, I talked to him on Instagram and discussed how I would actually get the Lamborghini. I have the literal Mr. Beast official Instagram account here.
Krishna, I'm so happy.
Dude, he was kind enough to take care of a lot of the tax and complicated paperwork. If you also want a Lamborghini from Mr. Beast, subscribe. I'm gonna crash the FNAF movie by pulling the fire alarm. Ready, set. As soon as I pulled it, everyone started running out of the movie theater. So instead of going out with everyone else, I went to the very top and started hiding behind it. But that's when a security guard came in and started searching through the entire theater. So I slowly made my way and snuck out. But that's when I saw police officers and firefighters running around the entire movie theater looking for the fire. And I had to sneak past another worker into the bathrooms to hide. And I thought I was good until the door opened and it was a security guard and a firefighter. And they started knocking on both the stalls, and just when I thought they were gonna go and kick me out, they just walked out and left and never caught me. I tried something dumber here. I accidentally destroyed a Bugatti and it wasn't even my fault. It started when I was in a super expensive car dealership and my friend dared me to try and test drive the Bugatti. So I told them I wanted to buy it and ask for a test drive. Obviously your boy Krishna Sahai cannot afford that. And they said no, I can't drive it, but they said I can sit in it, look around, and even ride along as a passenger. So I hopped in, they took me on a joyride, but there was one problem. I was holding 3 Starbucks cups, and when they floored it a little bit, I accidentally spilled it on the dash and all over the floor. Also, for legal reasons, this didn't happen, okay? Don't sue me, Bugatti. I told them I was sorry about the floor mats and the dash being dirty, and I thought it wasn't that serious until I got a letter saying I was getting sued for $80,000 because Bugatti floor mats are so expensive. I do more insane things here. I'm gonna prank this stranger by vandalizing his car and then giving him a brand new one. As soon as he went into the store, I went up to it, grabbed the a can of spray paint and absolutely went ham all over the car. And within just a few minutes, the car looked absolutely terrible. And when he came back, he was definitely pissed. And since some random other guy saw us doing it, he literally called the police on us. But that's when I came in to surprise him with his new car. Brand new BMW right there.
I don't care about that BMW. My grandma just gave me this before she passed. You wrote.
But clearly he was not happy at all since he was emotionally attached to the Camry. But who cares? I still have a Ferrari. How many times can you drop your drink in a drive-thru before you get banned?
Why are you dropping the water?
Oh, I'm not dropping the water.
Yes, you are.
To test it out, I ordered a water and a biscuit and started my evil tactics. And after the first time, the guy just thought it was a simple mistake and handed me another one. But after I dropped it again, he left and called in the big boss, who told me this.
Why are you dropping the water?
Oh, I'm not dropping the water.
Yes, you are. Why are you doing it on purpose?
I'm not.
Why is he recording?
He's not recording. But of course, I just dropped it again. And even though they were pissed, they still brought out another item, which I dropped again. And let's just say I got arrested later.
You seeing this? What? There's a paper that says room service.
Room service, private collection, Valentina, Safari, Luna, Diamante. Yo, are these like food items or something?
I mean, I sure think so, yeah.
Right? I mean,
Why
those
is-
are weird names for food items, but
Maybe like jasmine tea?
maybe. It says dial on hotel phone. At this point, the room was fully investigated, so I went ahead and started testing out that weird room service paper we found earlier. So I read through all the names. I think Bella is the one just because it says small dial, so we're gonna do number 55 on the thing. This is the phone to the hotel. This thing looks kind of creepy. Hashtag 55. It's making weird noises.
Is anyone saying something?
Hello? It picked up. Like, I can hear someone picked it up, but I don't know what's happening. Hello? Bella? Is there a Bella? That's weird. After making the call, we were super confused since it seemed like no one really answered us. You know, honestly, investigate the rest of the cupboards since there's something weird in that one.
Bro, is that...
Did you call someone here? Hello?
Hi, it's Bella. You ordered room service?
Yeah, it's like, is it supposed to be like food or?
Why are you recording?
Oh,
No, there's no cameras. You can't.
Oh, what do you mean?
Sorry, no.
Oh, what do you mean film this?
No cameras, please. No.
What? Why is she running? Bro, that was weird. Dude. Yo, lock the door, bro. I found a way to legally rob the Apple store. First, you want to go and buy at least 15 iPhones. I know y'all are probably broke and can't afford it, but just trust me, buy them. Next, you want to take 2 of those iPhones, open it up, and fill it up with rocks, and make sure it weighs exactly 170 grams. This is important, you'll see why later. Next, you want to go back to the Apple store and return all of the phones. Since there's so many, they won't inspect every single one. They'll just weigh it to make sure it's the right weight and just give you a full refund. Now you can take the 2 iPhones at your house and sell them for money. For legal reasons, don't actually do this, but watch this. I'm gonna pretend to steal from Walmart to see what happens. I went to the back, bought a TV, fully paid for it, but once I started walking to the front, when the guy asked for my receipt, I just started running as fast as I could with the TV. The worker started chasing after me into the parking lot, but I was too fast and got away, and the alarms in the store started going off, which was super weird because I didn't even steal anything. But for the next couple hours, really nothing happened, which makes sense because, again, I did not steal. But then out of nowhere, a cop pulls me over saying I'm the suspect of a robbery at Walmart, and I show him the receipt and I'm like, yo, I didn't do this, and they fire the employee instead. I do something crazier here. I found a way to get a PS5 for free, and it's actually genius. First, you want to go to any store that sells them and grab a cooler. I know it seems weird, but just trust me, it'll all make sense in a second. Then you want to go to the back and ask the employee for a PS5, but instead of paying for it at the front, take it and put it inside of the cooler. Next, you want to go to the checkout section and let them scan it, and if they look inside the cooler and notice the PS5, just tell them that you already paid for the PS5, and they'll just believe you and just make you pay for the cooler, and just like that, you can walk out and you got a free PS5. I do something smarter here. I found a way to legally steal a PS5. First, you want to go to any Walmart that has PS5s and ask them to open up the little section. As soon as they do, grab it and run. Get out of the store. Even if the scanners start beeping, who cares? Just keep going. Just kidding, that's not not the method, but this is. You want to go take it and pay for it, and make sure you add the protection plan. This is super important, and you'll see why later. Next, you want to take it to your house, take it out of the box, and use a screwdriver to open it up and take out every single important internal component. And then you want to fill up the case with coins, rocks. I used poker chips in this example, and then seal it back shut, put it back in the packaging, and go back to Walmart to return it. They'll spend like 20 minutes trying to check everything, but just trust in the process, and they'll give you a full refund, and you get to keep all the important parts of the PS5. For legal reasons, don't do this, but watch this. I found a way to get free AirPods, and it's actually genius. As soon as you're in the store, you want to grab a bag of chips and just pay for it as usual, nothing weird. But make sure you keep the receipt. This is important for later. Afterwards, you want to go to the tech section and ask for AirPods. But when they hand it to you, instead of going and paying for it, take it, open the bag of chips and put it inside there. And then use a chip bag resealer like the one here and seal the bag to make it look like no one ever touched it. Now all you gotta do is walk out of there, and if they bug you about it, you have the receipt showing you paid for the bag of chips, and just like that, I got free AirPods. I try more life hacks here. I'm gonna crash the Minecraft movie by lighting fireworks. That is insane. Immediately, everyone started evacuating, and some kids started crying because they couldn't watch the movie, but I didn't care because I find it so annoying that everyone starts cheering when they say chicken drop. But that's when I quickly realized I had a way bigger problem. Law enforcement was on to me, and they started looking for me, but of course I hid in another theater, and at first I was pretending just to watch another movie until the cops walked into my theater and literally caught me red-handed since I still had red on my hands from when I blew up the firework, and now I'm getting taken away in a police car. If you thought this was bad, watch this.
TikToker Krishna Sahai may have a clue as to where the missing submarine is.
So I got some satellite footage off the coast of Canada, and if there's any chance that this was actually the missing submarine, I needed to investigate for myself. I took the first flight to Canada and then immediately went out to sea. We went to the exact coordinates and then found this little red thing and then waited there and started looking around.
Krishna, bro, if you die, it's on you.
So all I really saw was this weird white thing and then this little jellyfish. Subscribe for the effort.
So my cat has a big problem, and I honestly need to sell him. So this guy's name is Rio, and I bought this guy like 4 months ago, and he was so cute and he was like mad fun to play with and stuff. But like over the last couple months, he's just been getting kind of big, and like I don't know, man. I just think he's not as cute as he used to be. So I'm thinking about buying another cat and just selling him, buying like a new cute one that's small. I don't know if it's just me, like a Krishna Sahai thing of like buying a new cat once the cat just gets a little less cute. But if you're in Frisco, Texas, just DM me. I snuck into Walmart with an employee uniform to get on the intercom and blast Brain Rot. As soon as I did, everyone was super confused and looking up trying to figure out what was going on. But I knew I had to make an escape because the employees were on to me. So I started by hiding in the toilet paper section, and it was working because the employees weren't noticing me. But once the coast was clear, I ran out as fast as I could, and even though an employee was chasing me down, I got away. But that's when I realized 3 police officers were outside ready to arrest me, and now I'm going to jail. I try something even dumber here. I swear to God it was an accident. It's not what it looks like. Let me explain. I was just minding my own business, sightseeing in Japan when I visited this temple. And Asian temples have these things called like incense perfume. And basically you buy one of them, stick it in a little fire pot, and then leave it there, get good luck. And since I keep getting arrested, I decided I was gonna light my own stick and leave it there. But because of the wind, it just wouldn't light up. So I came up with a genius idea. I poured a little bit of gasoline onto the stick, and I forgot gasoline is like flammable here. Things go on fire. And then this happened. Within seconds, the fire started spreading everywhere.
Guys, Krishna just messed up big time.
I took a quick video with the fire and then ran away with everyone else. May have just done a pretty big fucking oopsie. I was literally spreading. But someone saw what I did and reported me.
TikToker の Krishna Sahai が日本の寺を破壊します。
Japanese government places 10 million yen bounty on Krishna Sahai.
Krishna has just told reporters this.
Krishna Sahai, I don't know who that is. You should subscribe to him though. I found a way to legally rob Chick-fil-A, and it's actually genius. First, you want to go through the drive-thru, but instead of ordering a meal like everyone else, just ask them for something that doesn't cost any money. Do you think we could just get some napkins? Yeah, you could just pull up. And then now just wait through the drive-thru till you get close to the front where they're delivering everyone's food, and you'll see all of the workers trying to bring out orders to random customers. And all you have to do is when you see them walking near you, wave at them them, and when they say the name on the order, just say it's you.
What is this for? Oh, Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse.
Real nutty, right?
Yeah. And just like that, you have free Chick-fil-A. I do more devious things here. I found a way to legally rob Costco. First, you want to go inside, grab a shopping cart, and just start acting completely normal. But instead of buying normal items like everyone else, you want to find the backpack section and just pick one of them up. Next, you want to grab any items you want, but instead of scanning them, just stuff them in the backpack. I decided to get a bunch of Rice Krispies as well as some batteries just cuz. And then I just zipped up the bag, and just like that, all you gotta do is pay for the bag, walk out, and the receipt checker will just let you go. I test crazier life hacks here. I found a way to legally rob McDonald's, and it's actually way too easy. See, as soon as you walk inside, you want to dig through the trash cans until you find a receipt. Then once you got your receipt, you just want to sit down, walk around, pretend like you're waiting for your food. But after a few minutes pass by, you want to go up to the counter and be like, hey, this is my order, this is my receipt, I paid for it, where's my food? It's been a while. And once they look at it, they're just gonna apologize to you and remake the food even though they already made it for someone else. And just like that, you got a free meal from McDonald's. I do more hacks here. I found a way to legally steal a Nintendo Switch. First, you're gonna go to your local Walmart, buy the Nintendo Switch. Nothing weird here, just pay for it in full. But on your way out, make sure you buy some tape. Next, you're gonna go to the parking lot, take the Nintendo Switch out, just the Switch and the controllers, leave everything else in there. This is super important. You'll see why later. Next, you're gonna go ahead and seal up the Nintendo Switch with the tape you just bought and then keep it at home for a whole day. Now, the next morning, you wanna go back into the same Walmart and tell them that you're trying to make a return because you don't need it anymore. Now, most of the time, they're not even gonna check what's inside and go ahead and give you a full refund. But just in case they do and they tell you, yo, there's nothing in there, just tell them, hey, when I bought it, it actually came empty and that's why I'm returning it. And just like that, you'll get a full refund and get to keep the Nintendo Switch. I try crazier stuff here. Today, I was walking through Home Depot looking for some rope and a chair when I noticed something crazy. They were selling items for a literal penny. And that's when I came up with a genius idea. Because some of these items can sell for $100, $200, and even $1,000, I started grabbing every single item till my cart was completely full because I knew I was gonna make a profit. Even though people thought I was crazy, I didn't care and just went to self-checkout. But this is where things quickly took a turn because I was scanning my items like a good boy and they were all showing up as a cent. But as soon as I was about to pay, an employee came up to me and said this. And that's when I had my gorilla attack him. I found an Apple Store infinite money glitch. First, you want to go inside and buy their most expensive MacBook you can find. They'll bring it out and try and get you to pay, but make sure you ask them for a student discount. This will give you $200 off. All you have to do is fill in a little form. Just trust me, remember this for later. Now you want to go pay it, take it home. You can do whatever you want for like a week, do whatever you need to, but make sure it's in good condition because we're going to go back and return it a week later. When you go in to return it, tell them you lost the box and the receipt. They'll give you a full refund on literally everything, and you get to keep the $200 from the student discount. I test crazier hacks right here. I just found an ATM infinite money glitch.
TikToker Krishna Sahai caught hijacking local ATM systems. Thousands of ATMs throughout Texas closing down. Krishna Sahai. Krishna Sahai is a horrible influence.
First thing you want to do is go call up your bank and let them know that you're going to make a decently sized withdrawal. You can withdraw around $200. Now, it stops the fraud protection when you're going to go to the ATM and actually take out the money. Next, this is crucial. You want to go and make sure your balance is slightly under what you're withdrawing. So if you have $200 in your bank account and you're trying to withdraw the $200, which is what we're going to do later, you want to make sure you have like $195 in your account. Next, within the same hour, you want to go to your nearest ATM at your bank branch and follow these instructions exactly. You'll notice these two buttons and you want to push both of them down and hold them for around like 10 seconds. 1, 2.
I don't know what's wrong with this guy. He does so much crazy shit for his videos. You got a bad follow.
Next, you want to go and press these exact numbers on the keypad. You're probably going to have to watch it twice. But and just like that, voila, the ATM should fit out the 200. I'm officially banned from my local Target, and it's not because I pretended to work there or because I was peeing in the changing rooms. It's much worse this time. See, while I was shopping the other day, I noticed this little device that lets you search up items throughout the store and their prices, but I also noticed that it was connected to the music system that runs the store. So I connected my phone to it and started blasting brain rot audios throughout the store. But even though we thought it was absolutely hilarious, and you can't lie, it is, the security and workers did not find it funny and were looking for me. So I started hiding in random aisles until out of nowhere security kicked me out, and I get in a lot more trouble here. I found a way to legally rob Walmart, and it's actually super easy. First, you want to go dig through their trash can until you find some random receipt. Next, you want to grab a shopping cart and start getting all of the items that are on the receipt and putting it on the cart. I got super lucky because this guy spent a ton of money. He even bought a full TV. Now that you got all of the stuff on the receipt in a cart, you want to walk straight past the area where you check out and pay and go straight to the customer service return area. Next, you want to show them the receipt and tell them that you don't want any of these items anymore, that you don't need them, and they'll give you a full refund in cash, and just like that, you made a few $100. I do something more devious here. I found a Target infinite money glitch. First, you want to go in and look for an item that's in a box that's less than $100. I took this Lego set as an example, and you want to start absolutely destroying it. Poke holes, break it, the whole nine. Afterwards, you want to go to an employee and ask them for a discount because it's broken. They'll give you 20 to 30% off. Then you want to take it to the checkout counter. Make sure you do self-checkout and make sure you pay with cash. This is important. I'll explain why later. Once you're done paying for it, wait 24 hours, then come back and return it. Tell them you lost the receipt. They'll scan it and give you the original amount as a full refund. For legal reasons, don't actually do this, but watch this. I found a way to legally rob Starbucks. All you're gonna do is walk into the busiest Starbucks you can find. You gotta make sure there's a bunch of people and you wanna act normal. Sit down at the table, just chill there for 10 minutes. You really wanna fit in with everyone else. Then you wanna start standing up for no reason, kinda near where they start delivering all of the drinks. Trust me, you'll see why this is important later. Next, they're gonna start calling out random names, and on one of the call outs, all you're gonna do is walk up there, grab the drink even though it's not yours, and just walk straight out confident. Now, once you get past the door, start running away, and this works every time. No one ever chases after you or does anything about it. I do more life hacks here. This might be the creepiest piece of treasure anyone has found at 2 in the morning. So it started with tracking down the geocache, and after pointing our flashlights and being careful getting into the tree, we unhooked the bottle, and what was inside of it was terrifying and extremely eerie. See, we expected just a paper log, but instead found a key and a sticky note. When we opened the sticky note, it read 29.312 and negative 98.422, which, if you couldn't already tell, these are longitude and latitude coordinates. But before I tell you what the location is, subscribe if you want to see me hit up this creepy spot. Plugging this into Google Earth, the coordinates lead to an abandoned asylum in San Antonio, Texas. And it's also supposedly haunted with extreme paranormal activity. If this isn't a complete troll, then this key might be our gateway into a secret room inside the facility. So if you want to see the greatest break-in in YouTube history, let's get this video to 3 million likes, and remember, subscribe to keep up. I found a way to legally rob Walmart, and it's actually genius. First, you want to go to the pillow section and grab a pillow that has a zipper in it. This is super important. You'll see why later. Next, you want to walk around the store until you find something valuable and small. For example, I went to the jewelry section right here and picked out a bunch of gold bracelet and gold chains. Next, you want to just stuff all of them inside the pillow. And now all you got to do is go to the self-checkout section, pay for the singular pillow with all the goodies in it, and now you want to walk out. But obviously that didn't work for me because the police grabbed me and now I'm arrested. I found a Walmart infinite money glitch. First, you want to find a Walmart that has a lot of bananas. The more the better. Then you want to start loading them into your cart. I'm talking hundreds of them. You literally need to buy at least 101 bananas for this to work. You'll see why later. Then you want to go to self-checkout, scan them. I know people are going to think you're crazy, and if the employees know what you're doing, they're going to be mad, but just keep on scanning till you get to the 100th banana. Then you'll notice they'll give you a bulk order discount of 25% when you check out, so pay for it and keep the receipt, because the next day you're going to come back with half the bananas, show them the receipt, and ask them for a refund. The Walmart won't even check, and they'll give you a full refund, and then you can keep the rest of the bananas as a profit. I do dumber stuff right here. This is how you can sneak into any World Cup game without a ticket. First, you want to go to the stadium and start looking for random people that just have their phone out. I found this absolute goofball looking at his own ticket and just snapped a photo of it and used that photo to scan in, and somehow it actually worked. Then you want to start looking for random empty seats, and I found some and was just chilling, but that's when the worst thing happened because security was on me and told me I needed to leave, and now I'm banned from going to any World Cup games. I found a way to legally steal a PS5. First, you want to go to any Walmart that has them, pick one out, and just buy it. Nothing weird happening, just trust me. Now, before you want to leave the store, you want to grab some tape as well. This is super important for later. And then go as fast as you can to the parking lot. Now, once you're in your car, open the box super carefully, take out the PS5 and the controller, but leave everything else in there, and then close it and use the tape from earlier to seal it up perfectly. You want it to look like no one ever opened it. Now the next day, you're gonna go back to that same Walmart and go to the return area and give them the box without the PS5 and tell them you just didn't want it. And most of the time, they're not even gonna do anything. They're just gonna take it back and give you all the money back. But if somehow, odd chance, they do open it, just tell them it came like that and there was nothing in there. And just like that, they'll give you a full refund anyway. And I tried dumber stuff here.
What is the fastest way to get the rest of the toothpaste out of the tube? For the last week, I've been struggling with this tube, but I'm determined to get every bit of toothpaste out of it. But what if there's a better way than just squeezing it out? Which was when I started looking across the internet, finding the best way, and stumbled upon a guy using a door hinge to push the toothpaste out. So of course, I needed to test it out myself. And the video of me doing it is up on my Insta at Soren Lamau, so follow me there.
Well, what are you doing with my foot? Whoa!
How fast can you get banned from DoorDash? I just signed up to be a delivery driver, and we're gonna be doing some pretty devious things. So our first customer is very much American. He's decided for dinner today, he's going to be eating plastic, which is exactly why we are at McDonald's. Pretty sure the last time I was here, Julius Caesar was trying to friggin' conquer Rome. This is cool. Alright, so we got his food. He opted for the spicy chicken sandwich, so we're gonna go deliver it to him now. I actually got mad respect for all Uber and DoorDash drivers. I have 33 minutes to go. I've been driving for like 8, and I'm making a whopping $14.50. Since the air conditioning was probably gonna cost more than how much I was getting for the trip, I started sipping on his Dr. Pepper while driving. So we're gonna ring the doorbell, wait for the guy, start eating his burger in front of him.
Hello? Are you from the DoorDash?
Yes, I'm from DoorDash.
Well, what are you doing with my foot? Whoa! What is going on? Are you out of your mind?
I'm just testing it before I give it to you.
I am going to take a photo of you, and I'm going to report it to the DoorDash. That is not acceptable.
Bro, it's chill. Your food's here. Bro, relax with that.
Wait, why is the camera there?
Bro,
what are you doing?
He's just filming for my protection.
What were you protected? Are you out of your mind or something?
2 days later, and this happened. Watch me do even dumber things here. I got banned from Buc-ee's, and it's not because I tried pulling a fire alarm or because I was peeing on random people's shoes. It's really bad this time. See, the other day I took a stop at Buc-ee's to get some snacks, and I was like, you know what? I might as well fill up gas. So I started filling up and just left it there and went inside the store. But when I walked back to my car, I noticed the gas was spewing everywhere and it started overflowing. But that's when things got even worse because a lighter literally fell out of my pocket and a fire was starting.
Krishna, we gotta go.
So I drove away as fast as I could to not let my car burn down. And I mean, look at the fire. We were in so much trouble, but I just drove away as fast as I could till a cop pulled me over and said he knew I caused the fire because my car was literally burned. It gets really crazy right here.
TikToker Krishna Sahai releases new gender.
You heard that right. I created my own gender. And with over 58 already public, I thought it was time I identify. And it got so official that even Forbes, Yahoo Finance, and the BBC made articles about it. The name, Krishna Fluid. Get it? Because my name's Krishna Sahai. But the only way I was gonna make this actually work was getting thousands of others to identify. So after wiring Logan Paul over $30,000, Krishna Fluid was about to go mainstream.
I'm officially converting to Krishna Fluid.
I found a way to get free AirPods, and it's actually insane. As soon as you're in the store, grab a bag of chips and pay for it, but make sure to keep the receipt. This is super important. Afterwards, go to the tech section and ask for AirPods, but when they give it to you, instead of walking to the checkout section and paying, just open up the chip bag, put the AirPods inside, and use a bag resealer to seal the bag up like it was never open. Now, all you got to do is walk out past asset protection, and even if they ask you any questions, you have the receipt, and just like that, you got free AirPods. I found a way to get an iPhone for completely free, and it's super easy. First, you want to go into your local store and just buy an iPhone. I know you guys probably have no money, but trust me, it's worth it. And make sure to keep your receipt. This is super important for later. Next, you want to get a fake iPhone off of Temu for like 10 bucks. And as you can tell, this one is obviously fake. Like, what even is the startup screen? And then you want to take the real iPhone out and keep it, and then put the fake iPhone in. Now just go back to the store you bought it from and try and return it. And if they ask why, just tell them your mom died and you don't need it anymore. And they should just process the return and give you the money back. I just did something absolutely diabolical to a homeless person. So I'm driving, and at an intersection, I see this homeless woman. Usually I don't give homeless people money. I'm not a bad person. It's just like most of the time they like start
with it, if you know what I mean. So, but this time I actually had some food because I went to the gas station like a couple minutes before because I was on my way to my girl best friend's house and she loves these like strawberry milks, right? Like these strawberry milks that you can get at like every gas station. And I got 2 of them and I got some gum and some other essentials for our sleepover. And since it was like a 20-minute drive, I decided to start sipping on one of the 2 strawberry milks. And then I see the woman at the intersection and I'm like, okay, you know what? My girl best friend's gonna be upset because like, you know, she doesn't have her strawberry milk, but it's whatever. So I went to go grab the one that I hadn't opened to give it to her. And then a minute later, I go to reach for the one that I had open to go keep taking sips. And this is the one. I gave her my half-drinking Nesquik strawberry milk. I actually feel like a demon right now. Think that was diabolical? Go watch this.
What happens if you pretend to drop a baby off a roller coaster? I went to the scariest ride in the entire park and had a little baby doll that I was hiding. But the second the ride started, I started holding it in my lap and everyone around me thought I was crazy. People were yelling like, yo, he's got a baby. And as the ride started going up and down, I was getting nervous until we had this crazy drop. And that's when I accidentally dropped the baby and it just fell straight out of my arms and you could hear everyone freaking out. Drop the baby. But the worst part was that once I got off the ride park operator was investigating the entire situation and they even brought me into an interrogation room. But instead of answering any of their questions, I was just ignoring them and just running it up. I'm officially banned from my local Target and it's not because I pretended to work there or because I was peeing in the changing rooms. It's way dumber this time. See, while I was shopping the other day, I noticed this little device that lets you search up items in the store as well as prices. But I also noticed that it was connected to the music system in the store, so I connected my phone to it and started blasting brain rot audios throughout the store. But even though we thought it was absolutely hilarious, and you can't lie, it's pretty funny, the security and workers did not find it funny and were looking for me. So I started hiding in random aisles, when out of nowhere, I got caught and escorted out. I get in more trouble right here. I found a way to get free food from any gas station. First, you want to walk in and pretend like you're just looking around for some snacks. Try not to be too suspicious and just chill. Next, instead of getting any food, you want to go grab one of the big cups from the slushy area. And then now, you want to start stuffing food into it. Grab as much as you want as long as it can easily fit in the cup, and then afterwards fill it up with ice to cover all of the snacks. Next, you just want to put the lid on and then go check out. And even if they do check like this guy did right here, trying to get some ice out here.
Is this ice?
Yep. They'll realize it's just ice and let you go. And just in case you somehow do get caught, you can just try and hit a quick dub. Okay, we need this to work. Come on, heads, please. Boom. Okay, wait, one more. Tails. Oh. And hopefully you'll be chilling. I found a way to legally rob Starbucks. First, you want to go in and ask if they do free drinks if it's your birthday. Some Starbucks stores will say no and some will say yes, but you want to keep doing this until you find 5 to 10 Starbucks that say they do give free drinks on your birthday. Next, you want to go to the dark web and order 365 fake IDs for every single day of the year. Now, go into the first Starbucks and say, hey, it's my birthday, could I get a free drink? Show them your ID and get the free drink. Now, rinse and repeat across 10 different Starbucks locations and you'll have around 10 different Starbucks drinks within an hour. But this is just the beginning because you're gonna go set up a little stand right outside of Starbucks and start selling all of the coffees for 50% off. Do this every single day until they raid your stand like they did to mine, and I do weirder stuff right here. I'm officially banned from Dave & Buster's, and it's not because I tried pulling the fire alarm or because I tried to steal one of the prizes. It's way worse this time. So around a week ago, I went to my local Dave & Buster's with one goal: try and win the PS5, which is gonna cost 160,000 tickets, and obviously I wasn't gonna be able to get that many tickets by playing legitimately. Like seriously, 4 tickets, dude, let's keep it real. So I bought one of those little trash collectors and started playing this fish game where you grab the balls and you try and get them into the little jugs, and we would just take the ball with the trash collector and put it in over and over again. I was literally winning thousands of tickets every minute, but I wasn't in the clear because people started looking at me and the workers did too. But I just kept on playing and had over 200,000 tickets after 1 hour. But when we went to cash out our tickets for the PS5, the manager of the store came up to us and told us that we're not getting any prizes, and he blacklisted us from every Dave & Buster's in the country because we cheated. But we did worse right here. I'm never going to Egypt ever again, and if you went through what I did, you wouldn't either. So my first day there, I thought I was gonna be safe because I was with my family the whole time, but I was entirely wrong. So we took a tour of the pyramids and even went inside when something really annoying happened. So there's these people in Egypt where they'll try selling you beads and stuff, and they'll be on the streets near tourist destinations. And of course, your boy Krishna Sahai isn't gonna fall for that. So when some guy named Hamdu came to go and sell me some jewels that were quote unquote special, I obviously didn't fall for it. But he kept on insisting that I needed to buy them, and he told me for $10 I could go on some secret tour to an island near Cairo on a boat at night. I honestly wish I never went. I had like $200 in my right pocket, which was so dumb of me. Krishna Sahai's an idiot. But sure enough, just 20 minutes into the island, I go to the restroom and I noticed that the $200 isn't in my pocket anymore. It just magically disappeared, and I knew it was Hamdi. And you're probably wondering, how'd you know? And Hamdi ended up pushing me earlier when I first arrived to the island, and I noticed someone else walking away in the distance. If you want me to fly back to Egypt and fight Hamdi, subscribe.
Can you sue Starbucks for spilling hot coffee on you? To test this out, I went to my local Starbucks, ordered the hottest coffee they had, and waited in the drive-thru until I finally got it. When I grabbed it from the worker's hand, it slipped and fell all over me and the car, and it hurt really bad. And I was sitting there pretending to be completely passed out, and the manager ran out of the store to come check on me, and he even started calling for the ambulance and cops. And when they showed up there, they medically examined me, and I told them that I was never gonna be able to walk again because it hurt my leg so bad. I lawyered up and sued Starbucks, and sure enough, we managed to win, and they gave us $67,000 worth of Starbucks gift cards. I do something smarter here. I found a secret Target infinite money glitch, and it's actually easy. First, you want to walk straight into the store and grab a cart, and then you want to find a popular drink. Anything works. I chose Vita Coco, and you want to just start taking as many as you can. For this example, I took 15 of them. And you want to check out completely normally, just buy them. I paid $40 for the 15, and make sure you keep the receipt. This is super important. Next, you want to go to any other store that sells these but in big packs. So I went to Costco and grabbed a pack of 15, and as you can see, this one was only $20. And now you want to unpack them from the cheaper pack and use these to return them back to Target and get a full refund on the $45 while only paying $20. And just like that, you made a $20 profit. And I do something smarter here. I accidentally met a serial killer and got him arrested. It started with a big mistake of me driving down a super ghetto country road late at night when I noticed something on the side.
You see that thing? Yo, what is that? Dude, what is that? I'm saying.
At first, it looked like a cardboard box, but we quickly realized it was a lot worse. It was a person.
No. Call the cops.
We called the cops and waited.
No, they're not okay. No, he's not home.
But while we waited for the police, we hid in case there was a person who did this nearby. And that's when we noticed a beat up pickup truck hiding a couple hundred feet away. Once the cops got there, they quickly found him and arrested him for 12 different incidents. Watch me do something crazy here. I accidentally met the biggest serial killer in my entire city and also almost became one of his victims. It started with my car breaking down in a random neighborhood, and while I was calling for the tow truck, I really needed to use the bathroom. So I started knocking on random doors to see if anyone would be kind enough to let me use their bathroom, and one guy opened up, and immediately red flags appeared. He smelled super bad and the place was super messy, but I didn't care. My bladder was about to explode. So I followed him to the bathroom, and my heart literally sank. There were bloodstains in the shower that I can't show on YouTube, as well as handcuffs, tape, as well as these pliers just sitting around. So I knew I had to get out of there ASAP, and even though he was trying to get me to stay for longer, I dashed out of there and just tried to forget everything I saw. But the next day, the news came on and showed this.
A notorious serial killer has finally been caught after 4 years living at this address. His name, Pedro Hernandez.
This is how you can legally steal from Domino's Pizza. First, you want to go ahead and call the local store and order 3 cheese pizzas, and make sure to tell them that you're gonna pay when they get there. This is super important. You'll see why later. Next, you want to wait and camp at the Domino's store until you see your guy taking out 3 pizzas from the store and going into his car to go deliver it. Now you want to follow him. Just keep following him until he gets close to where he's supposed to deliver the pizzas. And when he gets really, really close, make sure you and your boy put on some black face masks and cut him off and get in front of him and tell him, yo, drop the pizza, drop the pizza.
Drop the fucking pizza! Drop the
Drop the pizza.
Remember, you don't want to have a weapon because if you just ask him to drop the pizza and he drops it, technically you didn't actually threaten him or anything. You just told him to drop the pizza and he listened to you. And now obviously he's going to be scared because of the mask. He's going to just go ahead and give you the pizza, and just like that, you're not going to have to pay. And you can go ahead and call Domino's and tell them, yo, I never got my pizza, and they'll deliver you a whole nother one for free. If you want more life hacks, watch this. How fast can you get banned from the Apple store? As soon as I walked in, there was a police officer, but I didn't care. I went to the display phones and started dunking them over and over again in water until they stopped working. And at the same time, my friend was in the back pretending to be an Apple employee and giving an announcement while my other friend was literally just grabbing brand new iPhones and stashing them in a black bag. And as we made a run for it, you could literally see security keeping an eye on us, and eventually they started just chasing us. But we managed to get in the car and drive off perfectly fine until a couple days later when a police officer showed up to our door and told me they were suing me for $20,000 worth of items stolen. But that's when I pulled the biggest Uno reverse card I had up my sleeves, because my dad actually owned the Apple store the whole time. I do something crazier here. I'm officially banned from every Costco in the country, and it's not because I tried to live in there or because I stole a bunch of their free samples. It's way worse this time. See, the other day I made a quick run to Costco to grab a couple snacks for a sleepover I was having later, and since I was in a rush, I didn't grab a shopping cart and was just taking things and filling up my arms. But even though I was carrying as much as I could, I still needed one more item, some maple syrup. So I grabbed one and put it in my pocket and then went and paid for the items. At least that's what I thought, because later that day, I realized that the maple syrup was still in my pocket and that I completely forgot to pay for it. So the next day, I went back to the Costco to pay for it, but before I could even get inside, this happened.
Yeah, but we know who you are. You didn't pay for that, man. Get out of here.
What?
Get out of here, man. We don't want you in.
I'm banned from driving in the state of Texas, and it's not because I was speeding or driving through red light. It's because of a flashlight. Let me explain. See, I bought this $250 flashlight off the dark web and was testing it outside, and this thing was so bright, it was blinding.
Oh, my eyes!
But I had one problem that I didn't even realize. There was a cop secretly watching us the whole time, and after a few minutes, he pulled us over.
Bro, I get pulled over every 2 freaking days.
He took the flashlight and towed my car, but the worst part was after they inspected it, they said it was illegal to own and I'm not allowed to drive for 1 year. I test this and more here. I found a way to legally rob Walmart, and it's actually genius. First, you want to go into their trash cans and try and find a receipt with a ton of items on it. Next, you're gonna go grab a car and start finding the exact items on that receipt and putting them in there. I'm talking everything. Now, after all that's done, you want to go to the front and start grabbing some of the bags and just bagging up all the items to make it look like you just bought it and checked out. Then you go to the front, and when they ask for the receipt, you show them the receipt that already says you paid for all of this, and then you got a free card of absolutely everything. I try more crazy stuff here. I found a way to legally steal a PS5, and it's actually super easy. First, you want to walk into Target and go ahead and buy a suitcase. I know it sounds weird, but just trust me, buy it and make sure you keep the receipt. This is important for later. Then you want to go to the back and ask the employee for a PS5, and when he gives it to you, don't go to pay for it at the front. Instead, put it inside of the suitcase. Then all you gotta do is zip it up and just carefully walk out, and just like that, now you just got a PS5 for completely free. I do something smarter here. I'm officially banned from every McDonald's in America, and no, it's not because I went into the back pretending to be the health inspector. It's way worse this time. So around a week ago, I went to my local McDonald's to grab some nuggets for my friend, but I noticed that everything was just tasting a bit weird. So I put the fries in the bag and just decided to get a drink instead, and so I got a water cup and started just filling it up with Coke. But then the manager came out and he was pissed. They told me that if I didn't pay for a soda, I'd have to leave, so I threw the Coke at the store and left. For the next couple of days, nothing really happened until I finally got an unsuspecting knock on my door. It was the police, and they told me I was getting sued for vandalizing the McDonald's. Watch something way worse here. I'm officially banned from every Walmart in my city, and it's not because I super glued one of the employees to the toilet or because I pulled the fire alarm. It's a lot worse this time. See, the other day I went to my local Walmart to grab some cookies and milk for for a sleepover. And when I went to the checkout section to pay for it, I had a big problem. See, the cookies scanned perfectly fine, but every time I would try and scan the milk, it literally would not work. And I guess it was because the barcode was super messed up, but obviously I didn't want to steal. And since no employees wanted to come and help me out, so I just scanned the cookies a second time since they were a similar price to the milk and just paid for it since that was pretty fair. And obviously I got the bread off of some rock, paper, scissors. All right, let's make sure we're good for this. Come on, let's go scissors first.
Boom! Okay, let's go rock. Come on, don't fail us. Boom!
Oh, the cash right here. Boom! That's a huge dog. And just walked out of the store not thinking anything was possibly gonna happen. Well, clearly I was wrong because out of nowhere the next day, the police came to my door and told me that I was getting sued. And when I went and opened the letter, it was a paper from Walmart saying that I owed $4.32 for milk, otherwise I was going to jail. I'm hiding $1,000 in Costco, but will it still be there in 24 hours? I started by hiding a $100 bill inside of the fridge, but as the spots get harder, the amounts will get bigger. Next up, we're hiding $200 underneath the watermelons, but with the $300, we did a little parkour and hid it on top of these items in the back. And with the massive $400 left, I hid it inside of a tree right outside the store. But 24 hours later, let's see if the money was found. Starting with the $100, which surprisingly wasn't. Let's go! But what about my $200? No! But did anyone find the money that was hidden up high on the shelf? No one took it. But now it was time to see if the $400 was still there. It's gone! I do crazier things right here. How many people can jump in an elevator at the same time before it crashes? Let's find out. It started with just me jumping and nothing really happened. I could feel a little bit of movement, but the elevator was fine. And even though it did move a little, the elevator's maximum weight is 1,500 pounds. So if like 500 pounds worth of people jump, hypothetically, it should break. We then went on to 2 people. And we could actually feel it shake a lot more this time, but it still held on really well. When we did 3 people though, now we were entering kind of a risky zone. When we all jumped at the same time, we could actually feel it drop a little bit, but once again, it held on really well. But then it was time for 5 people. Even though we completely destroyed the elevator, it wasn't over for me.
Over $560,000 in damages liable after TikToker Krishna Sahai destroys elevator. The worst thing since the devious lick trend.
Krishna Sahai claims to be daddy's money and has all damages in
If you think I deserve a punishment, subscribe. Here's how I sometimes make thousands of dollars whenever I go to the gas station. First, I buy a ski mask from a store nearby, but don't worry, I'm not doing anything illegal. Next, I just go into the gas station, buy a water or something, and I just ask them out of curiosity how much money is in the cash register. But instead of telling me, for some reason, they just start freaking out, opening it and giving me all the cash inside. And then they beg me not to hurt them, and I tell them, okay, thank you for the free money. Like, how am I gonna say no? I do crazier things right here.
And he's been calling me or impersonating a Target. No, I'm not impersonating a Target worker.
Look, bro, you're not doing anything wrong. Like, I can't kick you out or anything.
Yeah, I'm just wearing red.
You just, change or just go home.
You're so nice, bro. I'll just leave. Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
This Target is really nice, actually. They were super chill. They know I'm not actually trying to be an employee.
Just stop talking.
Dang, I guess he actually was security. Bro, there's no way. Dude, what is that security car? Oh, what's going on?
Real quick?
Yeah, what's up?
You're leaving?
Yeah.
Alright, good boy.
Bye.
Alright, see you later, bro.
Bro, that is some weird security, dog.
Yo, for 20 bucks, would you pull the fire alarm?
No.
Yo, for $100, would you pull that fire alarm?
No.
Please, just, I promise, just come here, quick.
As soon as he pulled it, the alarm started going off and everyone started evacuating. And he started running with me and I felt kind of bad because, that guy did not know what was happening. So I helped him hide in the toilet paper aisle with me, but it was getting stressful because security and workers were clearly onto us. But just when I was about to leave thinking I was in the clear, a security guard confronted us, but I just blamed it on him and now he's in jail. I do something crazier here. Can you hack the World Cup screen? I walked into the stadium and got into my seat and waited till people weren't paying attention since obviously I didn't want to get caught. And when it was time to strike, I booted up the Flipper Zero, found a connection, and just like that, I managed to set the screen to say subscribe to Krishna Sahai for 2 seconds before it got removed. And I tried running out of there, but sure enough, they got me, and now I'm in jail for the next 15 days, guys.
Today on my flight to LA, we lost an engine and the co-pilot passed out. They asked if anyone knew how to fly a plane, and since I have over 20 hours in Roblox Flight Simulator, I volunteered to save everyone's lives. I hopped in the cockpit, cockpit, and even though I had no clue what to do, after some Google searching, I learned the basics. Everything went pretty smoothly for a while when I accidentally started hitting the wrong buttons and sent the plane into a complete nosedive. Everyone was panicking, and in the back there was an announcement saying that we would need to brace for impact, but your boy Krishna Sahai was pretty confident that he could save this entire problem. I grabbed the wheel and pulled it up like this, but it was too late.
TikToker Krishna Sahai accidentally blows up Boeing 737 while en route to Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's definitely my bad. I definitely choked. I thought it was like GTA, but it's like different. Afterwards, I talked to the pilot about what actually went wrong. There's a couple engines. Yeah, that's not even that bad. I realized it was all just a dream, and I landed the plane just fine and saved everyone on board. But if you still think I'm stupid, subscribe.
I accidentally crashed a plane. But it's not what it looks like, it's not what it seems. Just hear me out. I was chilling by the US border and I noticed a private jet flying in. And I got really curious and started going around and found a secret airport nearby. Dozens and dozens of tiny planes that would like come in and out. But as a good citizen of our country, I wasn't gonna let anyone illegal or any illegal planes come in. And I was pretty sure these planes were illegal. So I remembered I had a $500 super laser that could literally burn through paper and other objects and blind anyone. Like you literally need to wear those special glasses to use this thing. So I decided I was gonna make the world a better place by letting one less illegal plane fly into the country. But this was a really big mistake.
TikToker Krishna Sahai is the main suspect to private jet crash.
If we find out Krishna Sahai did this, we will have him apprehended.
How is Krishna so stupid? Like, who points that kind of laser at a plane?
I still got out with no evidence though, so subscribe. I got arrested and interrogated because of a TikTok video, but I tricked them with something they never expected.
TikToker Krishna Sahai officially arrested after posting questionable TikTok.
Lawyers demanding Krishna have 3 years in jail.
Krishna Sahai responds saying, mad cause bad LOL.
A month ago, I made a video called Calling an Amber Alert on Myself. And it accidentally got like 14 million views, which led to someone filing a report, which whoever you are, you're lame. And eventually the cops got me. But once they got me into the interrogation room to investigate me, things got difficult. I wasn't answering anything since I knew they didn't have anything on me apart from the stupid TikTok. And I even started trolling them. Check this out. That's when I pulled out the final card. I made them get me dozens of water bottles because I was thirsty, and then made them put it all away. And I got released the same day. If you think I'm a genius, subscribe. This guy keeps on stealing my packages in random disguises, so to get revenge, I'm gonna go put an explosive in a package to see if he takes the bait. I waited, and 2 days later, he actually took the bait, and I gotta give it to him, he came with a different disguise. But as soon as he started walking off, I set off the explosive. Holy yo, bro's done. Bro, I don't even think I can upload this. He ended up being okay, but watch something not okay here. I got robbed at a gas station and they took my phone, wallet, and some cash, but secretly made one mistake. See, I had an AirTag in my wallet and they didn't take it out, as well as a phone inside of my car that was tracking it. As soon as they left, I started chasing them down, and quickly we started going really fast, 120, 130 miles an hour down the highway. So I slowed it down and decided risking my life isn't worth a couple $100s. But just a few minutes later, I noticed a huge crash on the highway, and it's the guys who robbed me. So I pull over, and when the police officers get there, they arrested them and got my wallet back. It gets insane right here. I'm officially banned from the Apple Store, and it's not because I dunked their display phones into water or because my friend was stealing. It's way dumber this time. See, yesterday I went inside looking for a brand new iPhone when I noticed there were a bunch on display, so of course I brought a $5 Temu phone, grabbed the real display phone, took it out, put it in my pocket, and replaced it with a fake phone. And I just walked out and thought absolutely no one was gonna notice, and for a couple days nothing even happened until one day I got a lawsuit from the Apple Store and they told me I'm never allowed to buy an iPhone again. I do something more diabolical here. How fast can you get banned from the Apple Store? I walked in, took the display phones, I started dunking them in water until they stopped working. At the same time, my friend was pretending to be an Apple worker and made an announcement to everyone to distract them while my other friend started grabbing phones. We were about to make a run for it, and you could literally see security eyeing us down. And so we leave the mall and we think we'd get away with it perfectly fine, but they catch our license plate on the security footage and show up to our house. They tried to sue me for $20,000. Little did they know I had one last Uno reverse
reverse card up my sleeves. My dad actually owned the store and gave us permission to do everything. I do worse right here. Here's how to get a free PS5.
Hey, excuse me. You got a PS5?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, can I keep your receipt? I'll throw it out for you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got you.
Next, you want to go inside to the electronics section and ask for a PlayStation.
Do you guys have the normal ones? Yeah.
Now that you have it, since you already have a receipt, you're good to go. Even if they check it, they'll tell you you're good, and that's how you get a PS5 for completely free. I found a way to legally rob Walmart, and it's actually insane. First, you want to put on a worker uniform, stand by the front pretending like you're checking people's receipts, and when someone with a bunch of expensive items in their carts come, just take their receipt and tell them you just need it. Next, you're gonna grab your own cart and find the exact same items that are on the receipt and start putting them in there. I'm talking absolutely everything. Now, after all that's done, you just want to confidently walk to the front, and when the guy shows up and tries asking for your receipt, give him the receipt that you took, and it's gonna show that you bought all of those items already and fully paid for them. And just like that, you got a full cart of expensive things for completely free. I do something crazier here.
Dude, listen, give me the watch.
I got robbed in an Uber, but chased them down and got them arrested. It started when I had to take an Uber to the store because my car was stolen. And at first, the driver seemed fine. It was like an old Chinese guy, so I didn't think much of it. But about 10 minutes in, I started noticing this guy was acting a bit weird. He kept on staring at me from the mirror, and then he started driving in the wrong direction. I should have gotten out of the car, but a few minutes go by and he parks up. I ask him what's going on, and this guy goes straight ballistic and robs me. Where are we?
Dude, listen, give me the watch. Give me the watch.
I give him my watch, but while hopping out of the car, I drop an AirTag into the seat so I have his location, and I call the cops and my friend, and we start following the location and updating the police on where the car is. But before we knew it, he was cornered and I got my watch back. I got more stories here.
So 6 months ago, I got robbed in Germany, and I wasn't allowed to tell anyone about it until now. So I had just flown in from London, and it was my first night in Germany. And me and my friend John began looking for things to do late at night by ourselves. Little did we know, things were about to get really, really bad. After deciding on what seemed to be like half a restaurant, half a bar, we hopped in the taxi and to the left. But soon we'd find out that this wasn't a restaurant or a bar. And after arriving, we quickly realized that we were in the wrong place.
Bro, where are we? No one here.
In fact, we were in the wrong place by 23 miles, and why the Uber actually brought us there is really dark. So me and my friend pulled up maps and started making our way to an area that we thought was safe. My friend was freaking out, and something was most definitely not right.
This looks so dead.
We walked around the entire block twice before finally finding what seemed to be an end. And soon came one of the most traumatizing moments I had ever experienced, so you have to follow. Just 30 seconds later...
Dude, this is kind of dangerous.
I'm never going to Vietnam ever again. I'm never going to Vietnam ever again. On my first day there, I didn't think I'd get robbed late at night, but I was wrong. So it's late and I'm chilling with my mom and my sisters, when by complete luck, my mom walks out of the room to grab a drink of water. Less than a second after she walks out, she looks to her right and then runs back immediately. Within seconds, the door is barricaded with tables, chairs, and other furniture. An intruder was inside. A few minutes pass and the most traumatic thing happens. Banging and screaming at the door. Although we first thought this was the intruder trying to get in, it was someone else. Someone that played a key part into this entire incident. There's one phone on the desk. My mom goes to pick it up and looks outside and realizes she doesn't have to call the cops because the house is already surrounded by the Vietnamese police force. Luckily, the keys to the house were in the room and my mom threw it for the police officers and it barely reached them. The police get in, search the house, and bring out one man and surprisingly one woman. My babysitter. She was the one that was banging and screaming on the door. And if you want to know how the intruder got in, because spoiler alert, it wasn't breaking down a door, follow for part 2.